great job.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So yeah, it was a great trip. I was gone for 3 weeks, and when I was in Cape Town, we went looking at sharks. We went out on a shark boat,
cool.
and we saw the sharks, and we saw whales, and yeah, it's crazy. It's another planet for someone from Manhattan.
Yeah, well, you know, congratulations on your success.
Thanks. It was really fun.
That's what makes it worthwhile.
It was really great.
Absolutely. And then another really cool thing that you've seen was when you saw Ricciardi Jr. in 1974.
Yeah.
Okay. So how was that? Tell anybody that's tuning in that doesn't know who Ricciardi was.
Well, Ricciardi, I was a kid, so I didn't know really. For me, it was going to a magic show.
Going to a big magic show.
Yeah, big magic show.
Big stage illusion show.
It was in a room with about 4,000 seats. Big illusion show. I have the program. You know, I bought it now as an adult, but I get to read it and remember it. So Ricciardi is a magician from, I think, Argentina or somewhere in South America.
Somebody could write in and tell us exactly. Somewhere in South America.
Okay, so anyway, he does a very fast-paced magic show, fast music, fast action. They used to talk about him throwing his props off into the wings, throwing his stuff, and people are catching it. But the highlight of his magic show is and was for me a sawing. So, and it's a buzzsaw like Blackstone used to use.
Sure.
So he takes his assistant, puts her on a table, takes a giant buzzsaw, saws
huge. It's about
huge.
6 feet around.
Yeah, it's got to be like 6 feet around.
Bangs
bang,
on
bang,
it,
bang,
bang,
exactly.
bang. Starts it up, and the motor's whining.
Oh
and,
yeah,
yeah. It's crazy.
So then he saws through the woman. She dies, and then now there's blood and guts.
Yeah, when he saws through her, there's blood splattering up the back of the stage.
Everywhere. And things, her insides are outside.
Yep.
And then he invites the audience to walk up on stage and walk past the woman on the table. And my father didn't let me. He thought it was too harsh
but you wanted to, right?
for a young boy. Of course I wanted to.
Yeah.
And the show stops, and that's what. That's it. This woman is dead.
Yep.
There's blood and guts everywhere, and good night. And it's holy crap for a kid to see this.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was cow. It was he goes to the butcher before the show and buys cow guts or wherever you buy. I don't know where these come from, but this cow intestines, and I had no idea. Well, I was really. I mean, I loved magic, but I was still a kid. I had no idea what had just happened, and boy, that was. I remember that I saw the magic show, Heining's magic show, before I saw Ricciardi.
Yeah, so was Henning doing the buzzsaw in the magic show?
No. But my point is,
I wasn't sure when he started doing, because he started doing that too.
Oh, he did?
You know, he did.
But I remember that.
But not that way.
No. Nobody did it.
Neither he nor Blackstone.
Well, he didn't use
or anybody else.
Did Henning use a buzzsaw?
He had a small buzzsaw for a very short time. Yeah, but Blackstone was better known for using it. But no blood, no guts.
Yeah. But I remember. My point is, I remember this Ricciardi trick much better than I remember the magic show starring Doug Henning. Yeah. Which actually says a lot about the impact of something like that. I mean, it really.
Absolutely. I'm sure it stuck with you for many, many years. Do you remember how long it was until you found out
that it was a fake?
That it was a complete fake. You assumed it was a fake, didn't you?
You know,
you just had no idea.
Yes. Well, I think by that point my brain was trained to think like a magician.
Right.
I think so, but that's where it stopped.
Yeah.
I absolutely. No, I like any good layman, I just threw my hands in the air and said, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah,
you know, that's all I got. That's all that's what you want your audience to say.
It is,
and that's how I reacted. And then I think maybe my father preventing me from going up, maybe that made it even more powerful.
Maybe.
Like, no, you can't go.
Well, no, I had always heard it was extremely powerful anyway. I've only ever seen old video of it.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's so cool that you got to see it live.
I know.
So cool.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
I tell the story like Like people talk about seeing Thurston or Blackstone Senior. I mean, like when I was a kid.
But I don't think in magic, I don't think that there is a better story than to have seen Ricciardi's Buzzsaw live.
Yeah.
I mean, really, there isn't anything that tops that. Honestly,
you know what? You know what would top that? If only it were real. Chris Angel cutting that woman in half and having. Is that, or does she? No, he puts her. No, he cuts her in half. There's a scene. One of the early Chris Angel specials. This girl on a park bench.
Yeah.
Right. And he cuts her in half, and the two halves separate.
So I'm familiar with it, but that's the thing. Nobody sees that live.
No, you can't see that live. I know you can't.
That's what I'm saying.
I know. But that's what it felt like. Right. That would be what it would feel like.
Exactly.
But
and that's what it's
that
like.
you can't see live either. No.
Ricciardi does something with that much impact for real people in every show he did to close every show.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean,
that was fun.
Yeah, and there's no pun intended here at all. So I love puns, but there's no pun intended.
Yes.
Can you imagine the guts it takes to do that on stage, to come up with that trick and do that?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's killer ending, as our friend Butch here said. And this is the thing. I don't know whether he did it in the show that you did, and it was such a long time ago. But Eugene Berger talks about it, of course. In Magic and Meaning, and he says that Ricciardi did the whole thing, and then she's sawn in half. The blood's splattered up the wall. He stops the buzzsaw, and he starts to invite people on stage. And he says, "I'd like to invite anyone to come up on stage and view my daughter."
Wow.
So that was the line that he used.
Come on, that's
heavy,
beautiful.
Isn't it?
Are you kidding me? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him, exactly. He had a killer.
My ex-daughter. My half-daughter.
And her half-sister.
I know. All the lines. But he was too cool for that. He wouldn't have made those bad jokes.
He wouldn't. No.
Yeah.
We will, and we'll.
Yes.
We won't do the trick, but we'll make the jokes.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Well, you've got your book, your video. For anybody that hasn't gotten these, you definitely want to pick these up because in the evening here with us, you've gone over a lot of the stuff, but not nearly all of the stuff that's in there. And if you really, really want to be a much better magician, not just a better kids magician, you'll want to read this and study it. And I tell you what, I'm going to say this for everybody, and you'll prove me right. I know nobody will prove me wrong. If you perform any kind of show, close-up magic, stage, illusion, whatever you perform, not kids magic, just take this, just cross off kids, every place that it says kids and children, just cross it off and just write audience, and read the darn thing cover to cover and apply it to your show. You will have the best show you've ever had.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Danny.
It's absolutely true.
I'm really proud of this book. It has actually, I should tell people, it has the routines that we saw on the video, the coloring book, the milk pitcher, the Coke bottle, all the routines that you saw today are explained in here. And this book is, what I talked about today is only 1/4 of the information that's in here. So there's a lot of information in here. And like I said before, this is the companion DVD. All the funny spoofs that we showed are here, and obviously the videos of the routines. So it's a nice combination, but you should have one of these, or both of these.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
My website is sillymagic.com.
That's the one. I'm just making sure that I didn't miss anybody's question who wrote in earlier. I think we covered absolutely everything that's on there. I just want to thank you personally just for hanging out with me and for being here. This was fantastic. Can we have another big round of applause for David Kaye? Thank you. Thank you so much. And
thank you.
Thank you to all of you out there as well. Thank you so much for supporting Live Magic.